Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back class 8 in your computer science class. So in the previous class we have started the chapter Introduction to C++. I have told you about this language, that this is the extended language of this is the extension of the C language, and I have told you about the software, what are software and what are the computer applications. So today we'll study about this how to open a program in C++. So I have told you about the structure of a C++, that it contains header files, then void main, and then it contains C++ statements, right? So how we open the C++ program? So to open a C++ program, first you have to click on file. In the menu, the file is given, the file option is given there. You have to click on that, and then you have to click on open. When you click on open, the open file dialog box appear. As you can see, it is like this is a open a file dialog box. This is, so when it appears from here, you will select the file. C++ have many existing programs, so from here you can select any file which you want to use. So you will select a file from here, and then you will click on open. So the selected program appears on the screen, and you can there is a shortcut key to open a file dialog box. The shortcut key to open a file dialog box is you have to press F3 key on your keyboard. When you press F3 key, then the file dialog box, the open a file dialog box appears on the screen. Then the next is when you write a program, then you need to run a program, right? So how you run a program? To run a program, you have to select the run option from the menu. So you can see on your screen, here is run, and you have to select this run option, and then you have to click on run. This when you click on run, your program start executing, and you will get the output. And the shortcut key to directly run the program is Control plus F9. When you press Control plus F9, your program starts executing. So this is how you run your program after writing it. Then you have to save a program. So how you save a program? Again, you will go on the file menu. From there you will click on save. When you click on save, the save file as dialog box appears on the screen. So this is the save file as dialog box. So here you will enter the name of the file, and then you will click on OK. And and the extension of this C++ program file is .cpp, dot small c small p and small p. This is the extension. As you have extension of in HTML, you have extension, you use extension to save a file. In HTML, similarly we use .cpp in our C++ program files. .cpp is an extension. With this extension you will save the file, and then you will click on OK after entering the name and then extension. Then you will click on OK. Your file will be saved, your program will be saved. And if you want to directly open the if you want to directly open the save file as dialog box, then you have to press F2 key. When you press F2 key from the keyboard, the save file as dialog box appears on the screen, and then you will write the name, and then you will click on OK to save your program file. if you want to close an open program in C++, you have to click on the close button. This close button is on the top left corner of the program window. Here you can see this one. This is the close button. This is you can see here in the green color. This is the close button. It is on the top left corner of the program window. So when you click on this close button, your program will be closed. Now declaring variables. When we write any C++ program, so first what we do, we also declare variables. So how we declare variables? See, all the data and program are stored in the computer memory. Okay, all the data and programs all are stored in the computer memory. And the variable, what is a variable? A variable is a location in the computer memory that is used to store a value. What is a variable? A variable is a location in the computer memory which is used to store a value. Okay, so a variable is nothing but a name. It is only a name given to a memory location. We give a name to a memory location, and that name is a variable. Okay, so a variable is only a name given to a memory location. Suppose a variable can be declared in a program. Suppose if I give, see this example, int. What is this int? This int is integer. Okay, int age. Here it means that the age is declared in an integer value. Okay, so int age, if I give int age is equals to 20. So this age, what is this? This is the variable name. This is what? This is the variable name. And what is this int? This int is a data type, that whatever the data we are giving, what is the type of that data which we give to the memory location. So this is the data type. So here I have given 20. It means, what is this? This is the value. Okay, so here I have given 20 and the type of this value is what? Integer. Right, so this is the data type, that it shows that which type of data we are giving to the memory location, and this value is stored in a memory location by which name? By this variable name, by the name of age, isn't it? So variable is nothing but a name given to a memory location, and whatever this value is stored in a memory location with the name age. And this shows that the value which we are giving to a computer is an integer. Clear? So this is how we declare variable in our program. Whenever we give any value to our computer, we must have to declare that the data type of that value. Okay, so there are various types of data types. So how we declare these variables in C++? I'm going to tell you about some of these variables. I have told you about int age. We can also take int roll number, right? Int roll number. So this data type, this is a data type, right? This is a data type and it is used for storing integer type of data values. This int is stored what kind of values? It is stored the integer type of data values. Okay, now if I give char, if I give char and I give name, it means that this is the character data type for storing the combination of letters and numbers as data. This char means character means it can store all the letter from A to Z and the numbers also. So it can store the data which is in the letter form or in the number form. Is it clear? So here I have given char name. It means that we can give any value which contains letter and numbers. So this is used to store the combination of letters and numbers as data. Then next is float average. So this float, it is a data type. It is used for storing decimal numbers. What it is used for storing? Decimal numbers. Clear? So float is used for storing decimal numbers. Then if I give long int total. So this is the variable name and this is the data type, long int. This is the data type and this is the data type, we say long integer. Okay, and this data type is used for storing larger integers value. This is used for storing larger integer values. Okay, so this is how we declare variable in our program. This int is used for storing integer data type values, and this character data type is used for storing combination of letters and numbers, and this name is nothing but this is a variable name. Okay, and this float is used for storing the values in decimal numbers, and this average is a variable name. Long integer, this is long integer, it is used for storing larger integer values. So this is how we declare variables in C++. So students, inshallah in the next class we'll study how to write a program in C++. Okay.